Welcome to Cyber Explorer, your go-to channel for reliable tech insights and cyber trends. How real-time payments are about to radically reshape B2B. For decades, the heartbeat of global commerce has been measured not in seconds, but in days. The 30, 60, or even 90-day payment terms etched into invoices are as fundamental to business as letterhead. They are a hidden financial language, a system of credit, trust, and let's be honest, a blunt instrument of power where the biggest players dictate the cash flow timelines of the smallest. But this centuries-old rhythm is facing a silent, software-driven extinction. The catalyst? The global, irreversible rise of real-time payments, RTP. This isn't an incremental upgrade from checks to AHA. It's a fundamental re-architecting of the corporate financial circulatory system. We are moving from a batch-processed world where money moves in daily clumps like a subway schedule to an always-on, flowing stream. The implications are profound, stretching far beyond mere convenience. Real-time payments are about to trigger a cascade of changes that will reshape business models, redefine competitive advantages, and force a reckoning with the very concept of credit. The plumbing revolution. What are real-time payments? First, a distinction. Real-time payments are not credit cards, wire transfers, or Venmo for businesses. They are a new payments rail, a dedicated digital infrastructure that enables the immediate clearing and irrevocable settlement of funds. The 24th of July 365, systems like the clearinghouse's RTP network in the US, launched 2017, and the FedNow service, launched 2023, provide this backbone. In the UK, Faster Payments has been doing it since 2008. In India, UPI processes billions of transactions monthly in seconds. The magic is in the messaging. Alongside the payment, rich data packets can travel invoice numbers, tow details, reconciliation codes. This turns a monetary transaction into a self-reconciling data event. Money and information arrive together in an instant, with finality. This simple shift in capability dismantles the core justifications for the delayed payment status quo. The collapse of the float and the end of Net 30 as a strategic weapon. The most immediate and brutal impact will be on the concept of the float for large buyers. Extended payment terms have been a source of free working capital. Holding onto a supplier's money for an extra 30 days is an interest-free loan, improving their own cash position at the expense of their vendors. This dynamic has poisoned supply chain relationships for generations. RTPs eviscerate this model. When payment is instantaneous upon delivery verification or invoice approval, the float vanishes. The power dynamic inherent in payment terms shifts from the buyer as size to the supplier as value. A critical component manufacturer, for example, can demand immediate payment upon shipment. This will force a massive, healthy rebalancing of working capital across supply chains. CFOs of large corporations will no longer be able to rely on squeezing suppliers to polish their own balance sheets. They'll need to manage liquidity more efficiently on their own merits. Consequently, the standard Net 30 term will cease to be a default and become a choice, often a costly one. It will signal one of two things: either a deep, strategic partnership with mutually agreed terms, or a red flag about the buyer's financial health. Why would a supplier choose to wait if the technology exists to be paid now? The answer will increasingly be, they wouldn't unless you pay them for the privilege. The birth of dynamic discounting and real-time supply chain finance. This leads to the second seismic shift, the transformation of accounts payable from a cost center into a profit center and strategic tool. Enter dynamic discounting. In a real-time world, a buyer can offer a supplier immediate payment in exchange for a small discount. This isn't the clunky, paper-based early payment discount of old. This is algorithmic, real-time, and granular. Upon invoice approval, the supplier's portal could instantly present an offer. Get paid now for a 0.5% discount, or receive payment in 30 days at full value. For the supplier, it's an immediate decision. Access to low-cost working capital. The discount is often far cheaper than a bank loan or factoring, versus preserving margins. For the buyer, it's a risk-free return on cash, turning IP into an investment portfolio. This creates a virtuous, fluid market for liquidity within the supply chain itself, strengthening the ecosystem rather than draining it. Furthermore, real-time supply chain finance will blossom. Banks and fintechs can now underwrite and fund transactions with perfect real-time data on the movement of goods and money. They can offer targeted, low-risk financing at the precise moment of need, securitized by the irrevocable payment instruction itself. The supply chain becomes more resilient and liquid, protecting small suppliers and enabling smoother operation for all. The death of the invoice, as we know it, and the rise of the commerce-agnostic payment. The traditional invoice is a request for payment. It's a delayed, dispute-prone, manually processed artifact of a disconnected world. In an RTP ecosystem, the payment can be triggered automatically by a verifiable event tracked in a shared system, a shipment notification, AIoT sensor confirming delivery, a project milestone marked complete in a SaaS platform. This is the concept of commerce-aggregated or trigger-based payments. The financial transaction becomes a seamless, invisible layer embedded within the business process itself. The invoice is merely the audit trail, generated post-transaction. This will drastically reduce days sales outstanding, DSO, eliminate costly reconciliation, and free up immense administrative overhead in both AP and AR departments. The roles of clerks chasing paper will evolve into roles managing automated workflows and exception handling. New business models and competitive frontiers. With friction and delay removed from the money movement layer, entirely new commercial constructs become possible. Microtransactions and usage-based B2B economy. Just as SaaS moved us from perpetual licenses to subscriptions, RTPs enable true pay-per-use models for physical goods and complex services. Imagine a construction firm paying for heavy equipment by the hour, with funds transferring automatically the moment the engine turns off. Or a marketing agency paying for cloud computing resources by the GPU second. This allows for unprecedented flexibility and cost alignment. Real-time cash flow management and the autonomous CFO. CFOs currently manage cash flow in forecasts and weekly reports, a rearview mirror perspective. With all inflows and outflows happening in real time and being tagged with rich data, the finance department gains a live dashboard of corporate liquidity. AI can then move from forecasting to autonomous management, dynamically optimizing payment times for discounts, investing surplus cash in minute-long intervals, or securing nano-loans to cover momentary shortfalls, all without human intervention. The finance function becomes a real-time profit engine. The disintermediation of traditional trade finance. Letters of credit and complex documentary collections exist to mitigate risk in slow, opaque, international transactions. If a seller can see an irrevocable, instantly settled payment the moment a satellite verifies a container ship has left port, the need for costly, paper-intensive intermediaries collapses. RTPs, combined with blockchain or other secure ledgers for document tracking, can make global trade faster, cheaper, and more accessible to smaller players. The inevitable challenges and the road ahead. This transition won't be seamless. Significant hurdles remain. Legacy system integration. The trillion-dollar spaghetti of ERP, accounting, and banking systems wasn't built for always-on messaging. Integration is costly and complex. Security in a 24/7 world. Real-time finality is a double-edged sword. It eliminates check float, but also means fraudulent transactions settle instantly. Security, identity verification, and robust fraud analytics must be paramount. The human and cultural hurdle. Decades of ingrained processes and financial strategies built on delay will be hard to change. Treasury departments accustomed to managing the float must reinvent their value proposition. Universal adoption. The network effect is crucial. The value explodes when everyone from the multinational to the sole proprietor is on the rail. We are in the early critical mass building phase. Conclusion: the fast eats slow world of capital. We have long lived in a business world where fast eats slow apply to innovation and marketing. Real-time payments apply this law directly to capital itself. The business that can collect instantly, pay optimally, leverage dynamic financing, and operate with perfect cash flow transparency will possess a decisive advantage over one shackled to the slow rhythms of the past. The shift to real-time is not merely a technical upgrade for the Treasury Department. It is a foundational change that will ripple through pricing strategies, supplier relationships, business model innovation, and global trade. The companies that start preparing now by upgrading their financial tech stack, experimenting with requests for payment triggers, and rethinking their working capital strategies won't just be adapting to a new way to pay. They will be positioning themselves to compete in the radical new world of B2B commerce, where money finally moves at the speed of business. The era of Net 30 is closing. The era of nanosecond advantage has begun. Tag a CFO or business owner who needs to see this. Please leave your comments below in the comment section after watching this video. Thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe to Cyber Explorer for more updates. See you in the next video.